let's take a quick look at what we covered in day 2. We walked through creating a GitHub account, explored version control basics, and set up your developer profile to get started with GitHub. In day 3, you'll be creating a public repository in GitHub and adding a README file to introduce your project. This is a crucial step in managing your code and collaborating in real-world projects. Let's get started with day 3.
Good morning. Today's task is to create a public repository with a README file, a crucial step in mastering version control and collaboration in software development. First, GitHub repositories are storage spaces where your project files are managed, tracked, and shared. They are key for version control and collaboration. Second, repositories play a vital role in collaborative development by allowing multiple team members to contribute simultaneously while tracking changes. Finally, the README file acts as your project's welcome page, providing essential details about the repository. Take a moment to review these key concepts. Don't worry, I'll follow up with an email that includes step-by-step guidance and key topics to focus on.
GitHub repositories are the core of collaborative software development. In this video, we'll explore their types, features, and use cases. A GitHub repository is a digital space where code, documentation, and resources for a project are stored and managed. Repositories facilitate version control, collaboration, and tracking changes over time. Public repositories, accessible to everyone online, these repositories foster transparency and open-source collaboration. Private repositories, restricted to authorized users, suitable for sensitive or proprietary projects. Forked repositories, a fork creates a personal copy of someone else's repository, allowing you to experiment and propose changes via pull requests. Template repositories, templates act as blueprints for new projects, promoting consistency in structure and content. Mirrored repositories. These are synchronized copies from another version control system, aiding migrations and cross-platform workflows. Archived repositories. Archived repositories are read-only, ideal for inactive or legacy projects. Organization repositories. Owned by GitHub organizations, these repositories support collaborative projects with managed access. Repositories streamline teamwork, track project history, and ensure version control. They are indispensable for modern software development. That's a wrap on GitHub repositories. Understanding their types and uses is essential for effective collaboration and project management. In the next video, we'll explore the role of GitHub repositories in collaborative development. GitHub repositories are the backbone of collaborative software development. In this video, we'll explore their role in depth, starting with centralized code storage. Repositories act as a central hub for project code, ensuring all team members have access to the latest versions. Git, the underlying system, provides robust version control, allowing developers to track changes, revert to previous versions, and collaborate on different versions simultaneously. Branching allows developers to work on new features or bug fixes independently, minimizing conflicts and promoting parallel development. Tracking changes offers valuable insights for teams, improving accountability, error detection, and collaboration. GitHub repositories are indispensable for successful collaborative development. By leveraging their features, teams can streamline workflows, improve code quality, and deliver projects more efficiently. In the next video, we'll explore README files, their structure, and how they enhance documentation for your GitHub repositories. Let's dive into the world of README files. These essential documents are the face of your project, guiding users and developers alike. In this video, we'll explore their purpose, structure, and best practices for creating effective READMEs. A README file is a crucial component of any software project. It's a plain text document that provides essential information about the project to users and developers. README files serve multiple purposes within a project. While the structure can vary, most README files include these key sections. Effective README files are concise, organized, and formatted with Markdown for clarity. Include examples, update them regularly, and provide contact information. Adding badges for metrics like build status enhances credibility and visibility. Writing a clear and informative README file is essential for project success. By following these guidelines, you can create a valuable resource for users and contributors.
Today's task is about creating a public repository in GitHub and including a README file. Let's quickly go over the process.
First, log into your GitHub account and click on the New Repository button.
Next, give your repository a name, add a brief description, and set the repository to public.
Don't forget to check the option to include a README file. It's a great way to document your project's purpose, usage, and instructions. One challenge you might face is ensuring the repository settings align with your project's needs. For example, check if you need to enable issues, pull requests, or wiki pages.
Great point, Lakeisha. And remember, if you're stuck, GitHub provides helpful guides, or you can refer to our shared skill note for tips on managing repository settings effectively. This was a quick discussion. Watch the detailed task video and check GitHub's documentation for more tips. Good luck.
Take your time and start when ready. You've got this.
In today's session, we'll go through the steps to create a public repository with a README file on GitHub. Let's get started. Step 1. Log into your GitHub account. First, open your web browser and go to github.com. Log in using your GitHub username and password that you set up during the account creation process. Step 2. Navigate to your GitHub dashboard. Once you're logged in, you'll be directed to your GitHub dashboard. In the upper right corner of the page, you'll see a plus icon. Click on it, and a drop-down menu will appear. Step 3. Click on New Repository. From the drop-down menu, select New Repository. This will take you to the repository creation page. Shape Step 4. Fill in repository information. On the Create a New Repository page, fill in the required details. In the repository name field, type My First Repository without quotes. If you'd like, you can add a brief description in the optional Description field. Choose the visibility of your repository. For most users, the default is Public, which makes it visible to others. If you prefer a private repository, you might need a paid plan. Finally, check the box for Initialize this repository with a README. This will automatically create a README file for your repository. Step 5. Click Create Repository. Once you've filled in all the necessary details, scroll down and click the Create Repository button. Congratulations! You've successfully created your first repository on GitHub. Now you can start adding files, managing branches, and collaborating with others. Making changes to a README file. Step 1. Edit README as needed. If you want to update the README file, click on it to open the editing interface. GitHub provides a simple online Markdown editor where you can add information about your project, such as a description, installation steps, or usage instructions. Step 2. Commit changes after editing the README. Scroll down to the bottom of the page. Add a short commit message that describes the changes you made. Ensure the option Commit directly to the main branch is selected, and then click Commit Changes. Your updated README will now be saved. That's it. You've successfully created a public repository with a README file on GitHub. You're now ready to start adding more details to your README, such as project overviews, guidelines, and FAQs, to make your repository more comprehensive.